What if I told you that you aren't lazy, you aren't useless, and honestly, you might not even be undisciplined? What if the real problem, the actual reason your biggest dream is still sitting unfinished, is that you are simply too smart for your own good? I know, it sounds totally counterintuitive, but today in this explainer, we're diving deep into a fascinating paradox. We are unpacking the finisher's trap, why smart people quit.
So why exactly do smart people quit? To wrap our heads around this, let's talk about a guy named Arav. Now, Arav is the kind of guy who is just incredibly sharp. Back in school, he learned things faster than anyone else. At work, he was the guy everyone went to for the big ideas. But Arav had one massive, incredibly frustrating problem. He started absolutely everything and he finished absolutely nothing. He'd get super enthusiastic and launch a YouTube channel, then an AI startup, then a crazy intense fitness plan, then day trading, and he'd hit a brick wall every single time. Every few weeks, he'd find this shiny new final answer, dive in headfirst and promise himself, okay, this time for sure, I am not going to quit.
But let's look at the actual numbers here. 100. That is how many brilliant ideas and projects Arav enthusiastically started. And you know the feeling, right? At the beginning of every single one of those 100 projects, he felt on top of the world. He'd map out this massive business plan, create a beautifully color-coded schedule, binge-watch motivational videos, and basically just daydream about all the massive success and respect coming his way. He was an absolute machine when it came to starting. But then, we hit this number, 0, nada. 100 starts, 0 finishes. One night, Arav is just staring at his laptop, scrolling through a desktop full of unfinished folders. Business plans, half-written book drafts, course notes, just a digital graveyard. And every single unfinished folder was basically this quiet little proof that he couldn't even trust himself. His laptop wasn't full of great ideas, it was full of broken promises. And that kind of quiet quitting, man, it hurts so much more than actually failing. Because you're betraying yourself, and nobody else even notices.
Okay, so how do we actually fix this? Here's the step-by-step agenda for today's explainer. First, the smart person's trap. Second, the boring middle phase. Then we'll cover the solutions. Step 1, shift your identity. Step 2, one project rule. And step 3, finish imperfectly.
Let's kick things off with section 1, the smart person's trap.
See, a normal person might look at a path, shrug, and just start walking. But a highly intelligent brain, it sees 10 different paths all at once. And while that sounds like an amazing advantage, it actually turns your intelligence into this paralyzing curse of confusion. Arav's super sharp brain was constantly comparing his current idea with every other possibility out there. Too many options create confusion. Confusion completely kills action, and instead of actually doing the work, you just keep researching. Because let's be honest, smart brains love the high of starting. You make a fresh folder, you create a schedule, you buy a crisp new notebook, and you imagine the glory. Doing those things gives you a massive addictive hit of dopamine. It literally tricks your brain into feeling successful before you've done an ounce of the hard work. Starting is all about the fantasy, but finishing brings responsibility. And a lot of smart people are secretly just addicted to the fantasy.
And then, of course, there is perfectionism, or as I like to call it, fear wearing a rich person's coat. We really need to reframe how we look at perfectionism. You might tell yourself, oh, I just have really high standards. But actually, it's usually just a clever mechanism your brain uses to protect your ego. Think about it for a second. An unfinished project can literally never fail. Nobody can dislike a video you never uploaded. Nobody can leave a 1-star review on a book you never published. Your mind deliberately keeps the dream unfinished just to keep you safe from criticism, and it slaps the label of perfectionism on it so you don't feel bad.
Which brings us right into section 2, the boring middle phase.
This right here, this is the ultimate danger zone. This is what hits you like a truck right after that shiny new notebook feeling completely fades away, usually around day 4 or 5 of a new project. Every dream goes through 3 distinct stages. You've got the beginning, which is super exciting. You've got the result, which is incredibly rewarding. But sitting right there in the dead center is the middle. And the middle is just overwhelmingly, painfully boring. This is exactly where the vast majority of people just vanish. People don't usually quit because their dream is mathematically impossible. They quit because the dream gets boring way before it ever gets successful.
Let's face the harsh reality of the boring middle. No likes, no money, no applause. Just boring, tedious work. When you're stuck in this phase, there is 0 instant gratification for your daily grind. Nobody is cheering for you on day 17. Nobody is throwing a party when your first video gets exactly 12 views, or when your new business has literally 0 customers. But, and this is absolutely crucial, this silent, deeply boring work is the mandatory price of admission if you want the result.
So, how do we push through?
Let's move to section 3. Step 1. Shift your identity.
Beating this trap isn't going to happen by watching yet another motivational video or downloading a new productivity app. It requires a fundamental shift in who you are. Remember Arav. When he finally broke down and talked to his old mentor about his struggles, his mentor hit him with a quote that is just a punch to the gut. He said, "You are using intelligence in a place where discipline is required." Wow. Arav's sharp brain was actively failing him when it came time to execute. His brain was highly trained to start things, but his core identity, it just wasn't trained to finish them.
Here is the difference. Amateurs rely heavily on motivation. They wake up, stretch, and ask themselves, do I really feel like doing this today? But true finishers, they rely on discipline. They wake up and ask, what promise did I make to myself? Smart people rarely lose because they run out of good ideas. They lose because they constantly negotiate with the work based on their mood. A finisher's identity is completely anchored in keeping promises to themselves, not riding the wave of fleeting motivation.
Next up is Section 4, Step 2, the One Project Rule.
Okay, this is the strict, boots-on-the-ground, tactical rule you need to implement immediately if you want to cure shiny object syndrome. It's how you escape the comfortable, cozy trap of endless planning. 3 totally concrete steps. Step 1, pick just one abandoned project. Step 2, actively ignore all new ideas. Step 3, reach the finish line. You literally have to put blinders on. When the algorithm feeds you a video promising a brand new, ultra-fast way to make money and your current project is feeling really slow and boring, you have to ignore it. You are strictly forbidden from starting a new project until this single, chosen project crosses the finish line. Period.
And finally, Section 5. Step 3, finish imperfectly.
This tackles the final and, let's be real, the absolute most terrifying hurdle for smart people, putting the work out into the real world. You have to hit publish. Even if the lighting in your room is totally average, your script is super basic, and your logo looks like it was made in 5 minutes. Your mantra for this final hurdle has to be not perfect, not viral, not successful, just finished. The goal of your very first completed project is not to become a millionaire or go massively viral. It is 100% about proving to your own brain that you can actually cross a finish line. You have to break that streak of 0 finishes and prove to yourself that you are capable of completing what you start.
Because when you finally finish something, it creates this incredible domino effect. Completion builds self-respect, and self-respect, that builds consistency. Smart people constantly make the mistake of waiting for total clarity and bulletproof confidence before they make a move. But here's the secret. Clarity comes after you take action, and confidence only comes after you achieve completion. By finishing just one imperfect project, you literally rewire your identity. That single, flawed, finished thing will give you vastly more momentum in life than 100 brilliant plans that never left your hard drive.
So, as we wrap up this explainer, I really want to leave you with a provocative question. I want you to ask yourself honestly, the next time you want to pivot, are you truly choosing a better idea? Or are you just escaping the hard part of the old one? Sometimes quitting and starting fresh looks like a highly intelligent move, but deep down it's really just fear and avoidance wearing a clever disguise. The world simply does not reward the person who has the most ideas. It rewards the person who can actually finish one. It is time to stop running from the boring middle. Go dig up that project you abandoned, put your blinders on, and become absolutely addicted to finishing.